Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 13th. We're just going to jump right in here, Pisces, and we are going to see what is going on for you. You have this pregnancy and wealth card and also this tree card that says stability and growth on it. So, could be pregnancy for some of you, but I really feel, and, just looking at your astrology as well, it's pretty obvious to me that you would be kind of pregnant with ideas and, new kind of directions for your life. I feel like these new directions are, it's like they're very exciting, but also, kind of a little bit triggering as well. And I just get that intuitively here. I don't think this is a bad thing. I think that this is more saying like, hey, you need to, know that the reason you're being triggered by maybe some of your ideas is because these ideas are, bigger than yourself. And that's not a criticism. That's like a good thing, right, Pisces? And look at this, damn, Pisces. See, you have this round and round card. This is what I think is kind of maybe holding you back a little bit, is thinking about past failed experiences. But it's like once you get out of the nightmare, you get the 10 of Pentacles. Pretty straightforward reading. Again, makes very much sense with the astrology as well. And again, so you have this peacock card, pregnancy and wealth, and the stability card. I feel like there is a lot of stability coming in for you. This first row just kind of represents your general energies, the things that could be coming in for you, kind of like the energy that you're dealing with. And, it makes sense to me as well that you would be very focused on the 10 of Pentacles and the Star. Really good reading here, Pisces. But you have that 7 of Cups. I think that I get this energy of being overwhelmed, like being very excited by all these ideas, but then the overwhelm sets in where you start saying to yourself like, oh my God, I got all this stuff to do. I'm running around like a chicken, like my head cut off, with my head cut off. And this is what happens right here, right? See my face right here? My brother crashed a drone into a tree, and we climbed into the tree and tried to shake it out, and I'm allergic to birch trees, apparently, right? So, but guess what? You know what, Pisces? Is that these things, the reason I'm telling you this story is because you're a Pisces, you're probably very sensitive like I am, right? But these things only happen when I bottle stuff up, when I'm not taking action on, the things that I'm supposed to be taking action on. So I'm not a doctor, I have no clue what I'm talking about, but it seems to me that whenever this happens to me, because I'm very sensitive, right? It's because I'm not, because I'm holding things in, because I'm saying like, oh, I can't do this. Like I have all these rushing thoughts instead of just being creative, instead of just acting. To me, stuff like this manifests because it's kind of like, your body or your brain wants to express something into the world. And I literally feel that some of you maybe have something very similar to this, or, again, I'm not saying that anything is going to happen, but I do feel there is like, and it's funny that it's a tree card, but I feel like something needs to be expressed here. And I mostly say that because of the Star card, but also the 7 of Cups. The Star is about expressing something into the world. And you also have this Hangman card. Hangman really tells me that you have all the information necessary to get moving. He is hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. So it's like he knows everything he needs to know. He just needs to do this right here. He needs to follow his heart right here. Ace of Cups, which I'm pretty sure came up for you last week as well. And you have the World here, which is literally an accomplishment. You have the Death card, waiting for things to change. I'm telling you right now, I mean, again, to me, this is like the one thing that us Pisces kind of need to get over, is waiting for things to change. Because again, things are not going to change. Our environment is not necessarily going to change. We need to start happening to the world. The world isn't going to happen to us, right? So I kind of feel there's an element of control, or needing to take control back in your life by just taking action. Again, there really is no good answer. There really is no good solution other than to get started. And I know I say it all the time, but like literally get started, right? Or else your face is going to explode. But what I would say here also is I do feel like some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Scorpio, a Taurus, or a Leo here. Aquarius really stands out to me. So does Scorpio and Capricorn as well. So again, if you're looking for love, I wouldn't really call this a love reading, although there is love here. But what I would say is that there could be a person who's coming in the future. What's interesting is I do get love here on the Judgment card. This person is completely different. Again, I know that I've said this to you before, but again, the whole point of the Judgment card is that those people are standing in coffins, and inside the coffin is their past life. Outside the coffin is their new life. So if you are looking for love, I feel like there could be something new coming in for you. I also feel like some of you, it's like you're having much more brilliant ideas is what I'm getting here. I feel like there's a big knowledge gap between, it's like where you are. It's like you have this brilliant idea to do something, maybe start a business or to move move somewhere that you want to move to. It could be an idea about anything, right? I feel like it starts as an idea, but it's like the gap to getting there is I feel like you think that it's bigger than it actually is. And, I feel like something is much easier. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for you to do what you want to do. I'm just saying that maybe the story you're telling yourself is, oh, this is going to be so hard. It's all this work. I think you're going to start doing it anyway. But if you do it, this reading is telling me that there will be wealth coming in for you. And it could be doesn't even have to be a business. Again, sometimes I think we can move somewhere that's like cheaper, but maybe we also get a job that's better, right? That pays us more money. It's like, there you go. You're like shifting the scales is kind of what I get here. With the Hangman, you have the Four of Cups. It's like much better opportunities. I really feel this Four of Cups in the White Sage Tarot, it kind of reminds me of needing to pour into one cup. It reminds me of focus, right? And if we look in this direction here, this to me is focus. Also, this to me is focus. Devil is being focused on too much, allowing things to control you. The Star is having a North Star, having one thing to focus on. And the Seven of Cups says, there are all these things that could happen in work and business and love, everything. But until you focus on exactly what you want, you're just going to keep getting distracted by all these things. I really feel that saying, focus on one thing. With the Death card, you have the Six Wands. I'm telling you right now, this is like one of the better readings I've done for you. Just energetically, I feel it as well. Again, are things going to be perfect? Absolutely not. And I know because of the astrology. The other thing I would say is that, it makes sense to me that as we get closer to like the middle of March, things are going to start improving. Then we have those eclipses in April, which are really actually pretty positive for you as well, Pisces. So it's like I feel like the ball is starting to roll here. With the Judgment card, you have the Queen of Swords. Seeing clearly for the first time. I feel like for some of you, you are just seeing clearly the direction that you need to go in your life. And that's pretty much, really all I get there. Next, for the unexpected, you have this Embracing card here. I feel like what you are embracing is change. I feel like you're embracing the things that are going on around you. I get this energy of I get this energy of people embracing you as well. And I mean it could be like followers on social media. It could be people who just locally in your community or something like that want to follow you. I want to see what the next card is as well, Pisces. Yeah, you have this Voyage card. I feel like you're embracing that you're on a journey. You're embracing that things are kind of going in a direction. You're trusting that the dots are going to connect. Again, one of the best Pisces of all time, Steve Jobs, right? He said, you can't connect the dots looking back. You can't connect them looking forward. You can only connect them looking back. And some of you, I feel like you're just saying things to yourself. It's it's kind of like a weird message because it's like almost like nothing. I feel like you're just saying little things to yourself. Like, okay, well, it's like I want to start a business and I understand that it's going to have to go in a certain direction, but it's almost like you've done this before. Like those are the words that are popping into my head. So you're trusting past experience. You have the Knight of Pentacles here. Again, there could be love coming in for you. I do feel this person's moving slowly. Funny thing is, I feel like you also want to move slowly. So I really don't see a rush here at all. I also feel like there's, progress. This to me is kind of like a take it or leave it situation, going Star to the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm telling you right now, Pisces, I don't know what your idea is. Kind of looks financial to me for a lot of you, but I would get started. Knight of Pentacles is no movement. He represents needing to make a move, needing to start making progress towards whatever your goal is with the Star. It's going to lead to lifelong wealth, security, pretty much all those things. You have the World here. Here you go. I feel like some of you could be traveling. I mean, it makes sense to me. I travel all the time, right? Secretly. Most of you never even notice that I'm gone, right? But what I would say here is that it makes sense to me that Pisces would be kind of traveling a lot, even if it's just short-term travel, short-term vacations, things like that. But some of you, between now and the end of 2025, I feel it wouldn't surprise me if some of you ended up moving or traveling or just finding a better place to live. Again, I've been talking about this since like 2020 or so. It just looks to me in Pisces astrology that there just, could be a lot of back and forth energy. I also do get like focus here. There are these 4 signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo around the card. And it kind of represents like learning the medicine of these 4 signs, learning the energies, right? And I feel like some of you, I don't know, it's popping into my head where it's like you've educated yourself enough to be able to make progress. You have the Devil here. Again, there could be a Capricorn coming in for you. I thought I saw it twice. Well, the World, technically. But what I would say is there could be a Capricorn coming in for you. Could also be a person who has Capricorn in their chart. I feel like you both have been through, I feel like this person is very similar to you. Could also be a Scorpio, because I say the same thing to Scorpio all the time. Like, I just get this energy of like 2 people who have very similar love stories. I do feel like you have your differences, though. Again, to me personally, I don't think, like, I wouldn't want to date myself, right? So I'm not looking for someone who's like me. I know people think they want someone they have a lot in common with, but to me that gets boring very, very quickly. So, and it's not always true. I think there are things that we can do to make it not boring. But I feel like your stories are similar in love. But I do feel like you are kind of different in certain ways. But again, for the most part, I think this makes it exciting. It's not like you're different arguing all the time, right? It's more like you're different, so you always have different things to talk about. It's like, this is striking me as a person that you will never get bored with, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Justice card. Didn't I say something about the scales balancing earlier in the reading? That's really what I was kind of getting, and I think I was saying that with the Hangman. I don't honestly remember what I was saying, but what I would say here is it's like there's some sort of balance coming in for you, and it's much, much better. I also feel that things are more balanced. Let's just say that in the past you would start a business and it would be like, it would go well and then it would fail, right? Or it would go well and then things would drop off and you'd have to, like, just very jerky movement is what I get here. I hope that makes sense. I'm getting, like, I feel like things are just like, they're going to be ups, they're going to be downs, of course. That's just how life works. But it's like things feel more kind of stable to me, where it's maybe you've just learned how to deal with the ups and downs, or maybe you've just learned, it's almost as if you have learned, like, the corrections that you need to make to prevent these, like, crazy swings in the energy of whatever it is you're working on. Whether that's a business, could also be relationships as well. I really see this, it's going to sound boring, but it's not. I feel this is more kind of like you creating the status quo energy, but I feel like you're just better at creating a positive baseline. Let's put it that way. There you go. How's that for a catchphrase? With the World, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, I'm telling you right now, best reading I've done for you, Pisces, in like a while. The energy feels much better to me, and I feel like there's a positive change or a positive turn of events coming in for you. Again, could be a Scorpio. With the Devil, you have the Three Cups, some sort of celebration coming in for you here. I also was getting, I kind of mentioned this earlier. I was getting something about community, and, you had Jupiter in your first house. It's now in your second house. And even if you're not a second house, Aries doesn't, Pisces, Aries is your second house. Even if it's not your second house, doesn't matter. And what I would say here is that this year, it also moves into your third house. It's going to be moving into Taurus. And you have the Star. So, I keep saying this to you, Pisces, but really, I would take advantage of it. Don't just sit around and wait, right? I would take advantage of getting positive attention in your community. This could be where you live. This could be online. If you've ever wanted to start an online community talking about grapes, I don't know, it could be like the most random thing ever, then I would get started because, now is the time, is what this is saying. Next, in the area of the critical information that you need to hear right now, you have this teacher card. It says, teach what you know, even if you aren't an expert, which is true because, it's been proven that if you teach something that you're learning, you learn it like 10 times better. You also have this card that says, new career path will be highly successful. Trust the magic of newness. I'm saying this, I say this to you all the time. Definitely a lot of very solid new opportunities coming in for you, Pisces. I just see so much success coming in for you. But again, I want to stress that this isn't just going to magically happen. You have to get off the hamster wheel of fortune in this right here. You have the Four Swords, the Star, and the Ace of Cups. What I would say is that it wouldn't surprise me with Saturn getting closer and closer to your first house if there were moments where you feel tired, right? Or something like that. And I would just take the rest. I wouldn't force yourself to work. I wouldn't force yourself to do things you don't want to do. So, I really feel it's going to be important that you take care of yourself and that you nurture yourself and that you do things that, I would just really follow this rule right here is I would do things that fill you with energy right here. Ace of Cups. People always say, Chris, you had this allergic reaction. What are you doing readings? I'm like, well, readings, I'm channeling from source. I feel way better after I do readings. That's why I do them. If I'm sick, I love doing readings because I always feel better after I do the reading. So it's not like a work for me. But there are other things that I do that I don't do when I'm sick because I know that it's going to burn me out, right? So I feel like the Ace of Cups could be love, but really it's about your emotions overflowing, but also making sure you're creating that positive feedback loop because I can't show you because my computer just turned off. But anyway, you can see the water is pouring into the pool right there. And so I feel like for some of you, it's like all that hand has to do is reach down and fill itself up. And that's what I would be doing with this Ace of Cups. You also have the Star card, and I do feel like you have your eyes set on some things that you would like to accomplish. I'm a big fan of you having just a goal, like one big thing that you want to accomplish. And it could be anything, but I would definitely get started with the Star card for sure. With the Four of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands like quick success coming in for you, so I do feel like there is quick success and abundance coming in with this Eight of Wands. Another card of community, by the way. Eight of Wands is my card of socializing, so any opportunity that you could take advantage of to socialize, be with people who matter to you, like all that stuff is going to be very beneficial with this card. With the Star card, you have the Emperor here. Could be an Aries coming in for some of you as well. You've had Aries before in your readings, but I also feel this is saying take action, right? He's ready at a moment's notice. The Emperor is wearing armor underneath his cloak on a traditional, Emperor card. So it kind of just says that he's ready to go at a moment's notice. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands. Quick success is what I'm feeling here. I also feel that like following your desires is what's going to lead to success for you. Seven of Cups really, it's not like a card, it kind of is a card of analysis paralysis, even though to me the Seven of Pentacles is a card of analysis paralysis. But, what I would say is I feel like this is asking you to just move towards your desires and to not overthink things that you know are correct for you, Pisces, especially because you have this round and round card here in the area of the good stuff. No matter what shows up here, it's going to be positive. But what I will say is I feel like there's a hamster wheel that you need to get off of, something that just repeats in your life. It could be not getting started or whatever. And again, since this is showing up in the area of the good stuff, it could be that you are ending a cycle. And I kind of do feel that here. You have the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Again, Nine of Swords is a card of round and round. It is a card of having a nightmare, waking up and being stuck in a nightmare. So since it's showing up in the good stuff, again, I do feel like you are kind of putting an end to the nightmare. The nightmare could be some sort of comfort blanket. You can see right here he has this blanket, and that blanket represents a comfort blanket, but sometimes the things that we have that provide us like some comfort are also providing the nightmare. And people always say like, what? I'm like, well, I don't like jobs. I had a job like years ago where I stayed there for like 6 years. I hated the job at that point, and it wasn't the job's fault. It was a good job. I actually liked the people that worked there. I had just been there too long, right? I just kind of got complacent. I just didn't want to be there anymore, but I stayed there because it was a comfort blanket. It was providing money. I could have easily gotten something else much sooner, and I wouldn't have had to live through that, creating that discomfort in my life. And that's kind of what I get here. Is I feel like there's some things that maybe you're doing, or that it could be one big thing, like a relationship, a business, whatever, and it's like you want it to change. And you have some good ideas here, Pisces. I feel like you have some really good ideas on how to create the change. I feel like you have some good ideas on maybe even the outcomes of the change as well. It's almost like you're seeing the future. But I feel like you need to bring it down to earth. The Seven of Cups exists in the clouds. We have to, start taking the actions necessary to bring these ideas down to earth. And if you do that, you will have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Very successful. It is the tree of life, the Ten of Pentacles forms, and the Ten of Pentacles kind of represents everything you want and you desire. So I feel like there is a lot of success, or could be success coming in for you here. I also feel there's like a lot of abundance coming in with the Ten of Pentacles. So I really like this energy, but again, I do feel you need to get working. Ten of Pentacles is also, you have that teacher card. Ten of Pentacles is also a card of hidden or secret information. So it just says if you're doing something, like learn as much as you can. Knowledge will set you free. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Judgment card again. So I do feel that this is you waking up to something that you want to take action on. This could be like your true life purpose. So I would get moving in this direction. I also don't be afraid to change, Pisces. I feel like I said this to you in your last reading as well. And again, I get that same type of feeling where sometimes I think we set out for an idea to do something, start a business, get into a relationship with a person, but then something else comes along that's actually better, but we're like really attached to the original idea. I feel like this is saying kind of like go with the flow. You are a Pisces. You are good at going with the flow, and don't be afraid to change direction if something new kind of pops in. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Six of Cups, 2 sixes in this row. I would say that to me, 2 sixes in a row or in a column or whatever is kind of just confirmation for your path. It says that you're moving in the right direction. I would also be careful of repeating something with a person from the past here with the Six of Cups. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. So, love it. These two cards right here are amazing. So, again, 2 sixes touching is even better than 2 sixes in the same row here. So, definitely balance coming into your life. The other thing that I would say is that I put up a post the other day where I said that I think we're in a time where we have to like move fast and slow at the same time. And I got a bunch of comments from people saying that I was contradicting myself. I'm like, yes, I know that it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but I am not, right? What I mean, and I explained it in the post as well, is that we have to plant seeds, Six of Pentacles, in a direction. We want to start a business. We need to try a couple things. We need to move. And then what we need to do is we need to assess the results. We need to look at what is happening. And maybe we planted 3 seeds with the Six of Pentacles, tried 3 different things. What worked, what didn't, throw out what didn't work, and keep double down on the thing that works. That's what I have been, and again, I've explained this several times, but that's what I feel the time that we're in. We have to move slow so that we don't make mistakes, but we also have to move quickly, so that like when something does work, we can actually double down on the success. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. Again, major social energy here. I was getting it. If there are opportunities for you to socialize, for you to go spend time with friends, I would do it. Looks like, I don't know, something's coming in because of it. You have this success card. So clearly, very successful reading. Love it. You have this box card. It says you will receive a gift. And again, this could be from socializing. I just get something coming in from a social opportunity. It's not even clear to me what it is. And again, as I always say, I don't have all the answers, right? I don't know anything or everything at all, period. I wouldn't trust any reader that claims they know everything in the first place, but sometimes we're just not meant to know. But I feel like some sort of gift is coming through socializing. Could be love, could be literally a gift. You have this V card. It says victory in some endeavor. We see major victories here, just in general, Pisces. Then you have this fair woman. Could be any gender. Dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. And you also have this dog card. It says protection from a powerful friend. So you could have a blonde friend or just whatever, someone who's protective of you. I do get this feeling of like you hearing from about a person or something, but secondhand. It's kind of interesting. And I feel like it's a good thing. Like maybe you hear from someone else that someone stuck up for you when you weren't like in a location. I feel like it makes you look at a person like, wow, they're a really good friend. So some of you could be discovering someone who's like a really good friend. Or you could be discovering that someone was like really, really good in a situation, or someone did something really kind for you. And, I don't know, just could be like a good thing. So damn, Pisces, I love this reading. Looks really good. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your week.